Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Today's new video is talking about the broker picks from 2019 to 2020 and their results, and then talking about their results, or not their results, but their choices for 2021, and also including some of my own for some fun. And so this is basically just different investing firms in New Zealand picking 5 NZX equities with equal weightings in their portfolio of 20% each, and they can't buy or sell throughout the year. It's just from about mid-December each year to the next, and it's just kind of a game in a way, and it's good public rep and reputation for the investing firms that do really well. Even though it is just a game, you would want to do well as an investing firm to attract customers and to be the best broker out there. So in 6th place was Forsyth Bar. They returned a negative of 1.5% return from 2019 to 2020, and the picks were Contact Energy, Arvida, Sanford, Chorus, and A2 Milk. And the NZX 50, the top 50 index, performed at plus 13%, so a lot better return from the index of about 14.5% compared to them. So that was obviously not your investing firm pick for that year. And their picks this year are Kathmandu, Genesis Energy, Spark, Scalar and EBOS Group. And yeah, you got to put your trust in them or not, or choose for yourself. So 5th place is Hamilton Hidden Green at 13.7%, so barely beating the index with Z Energy, A2 Milk, Meridian Energy, EBOS Group, and Fisher and Paykel. So a lot of big names in all of these picks as well. And their picks for next year, or this year technically, are Mainfreight, A2 Milk, Roman Healthcare, EBOS Group, and Spark. So you'll see a lot of these companies are choosing very similar big top energy, freight, pharmaceutical companies, and this trend pretty much continues, but it's just the different combinations that pretty much change the performance. With Hobson Wealth Partners coming in at 4th place, choosing a bit different from the rest with Serco and Tower, also Oceania Healthcare, Mainfreight, and A2 Milk outperforming the index by 1%. Still not that impressive, but we'll see how they do this year with Serco, Ryman Healthcare, Spark, Warehouse Holdings, and A2 Milk. So A2 Milk being a big choice from pretty much every company in each year. Also with Jarden dropping out A2 Milk, but it was in there last year. So A2 Milk, E-Road, Infratil, Kathmandu, and Oceania Healthcare got them at plus 15%. Index still weighing in at 13%, so it's still not too impressive as an investment firm. You'd really want them to be smashing it, getting at least like 20% or something. But their choices for next year or this year are Spark, Mainfreight, EBOS, Z Energy, and Turner's Automotive. So I think they fully changed their whole lineup there, which is quite impressive. So we'll see if those big changes actually cause some good for them. So MSL Capital Markets came in at 2nd, or technically 3rd. You'll see in a second about the bonus picks, but they came in at 21.1%, so a huge change from 3rd place to 2nd, and this is actually a reasonably impressive return compared to the other ones, and I'm pretty sure all of these companies that picked here hadn't been picked before by the other ones. So it's AFT Pharmaceuticals, Arvida, actually Arvida was, Heartland Group Holdings, Plexure, and Vector. And going over to next year, they've kept 3 of those picks, AFT Pharmaceuticals, Heartland Group Holdings, and Plexure. Plexure's ticker changed. Can't remember why. I think an American company or maybe Australian company wanted their ticker and they swapped it as I was searching up, but I'm not too sure. And they've also added in Auckland International Airport instead of Arvida and Promesia Integrative. I think the airport addition might be due to recovery on the pandemic, but don't know. We'll see how that one goes, as they came in at 2nd place, picking up the rates up to 20% and above. And also 1st place Craig's beating out by 0.2% on the one before, with their picks being A2 Milk, Mainfreight, Meridian, EBOS, and Freightways. And it's still quite an impressive return considering A2 Milk dropped like 60% or something by this date. But I do think it did drop another 20% after the ending date of this, so some of these companies might have got saved on their results before A2 Milk had its like final wee drop. But yeah, that's just a part of the game, is the timings and the randomness of the market. So their picks for 2021 are Fisher and Paykel, Mercury Energy, Mainfreight, EBOS, and Roman Healthcare. So they have kept some of their holdings the same, but also changed most of them, keeping in that Mainfreight for the next year. Recently I found out from Joshua Wang, he's the one that gave me this idea of this video just by watching his. I found it quite interesting to look at the stock picks of investing firms and comparing it to consumers and just my own trading as a stock investor. So he added this on his video, which I will fully credit him for because it's quite cool and I didn't know about it, and that is the Share Trader Forum. It's kind of like a Reddit page where people all vote on the stocks that they vote for, and it accumulates all the votes and chooses them. And this bet every investment firm by like 4%, and that was just a whole group of every consumer's votes, and that was A2 Milk, Bliss Technologies, Oceania Healthcare, Plexit, and Serco. So that's super cool, and it's kind of cool to know that that's out there, and you can, I guess, use that for some fun or gambling into the next year, just being like, hey, I'm going to put $100, $20 into each of these stocks picked by everyone in New Zealand, and just seeing how it goes, because it returned 25%, and that did better than all the investment firms. So I understand it's a game, it's a bit of luck, but it's cool to know that the investment firms are beaten out by the general public. But it also is probably because the general public, most people that know about the Share Trader Forum are probably informative investors and not just your everyday person like me and the rest of you guys. But it's a cool comparison, and I really enjoyed how I found that off this video. So their picks, or our picks I guess, are A2 Milk, Pacific Edge, Oceania Healthcare, Plexit, and Mainfreight. And I thought I would add in my picks for 2021. I wish I did this last year, it would have been quite cool, and I have an assumption of what my picks would be. Probably Mainfreight, Meridian Energy, and Hallensteins would be 3 of them, and the other 2, not too sure, but those probably would have been 3 of my 5, and those all performed quite well, so it'll be interesting to see how this year goes. So these picks, I didn't spend too much time kind of figuring them out. I just gave it a general instincts look and thought, if I were to choose 5 companies to tell someone about in the next 60 seconds, what ones would come to my head? And these ones came up, and it just didn't really look back. And these are my picks for 2021: A2 Milk, Mainfreight, Somerset, NZX, and Meridian Energy. And so I'll get back to you in like a year's time and see how they perform compared to the rest. It could go really well or really bad or just average. We won't know till next year, or the end of this year rather. Still getting used to that 2021 changeover, eh? But yeah, let me know what your picks are, or if you had picks from last year, and how you compare to the Share Trader platform and the investment brokers. But that is all for today, just comparing my picks and the brokers' picks to everyone out there. And it'll be an interesting year, that's for sure. So I'll see you guys next time. Happy investing.